think let's get into one that we could call an upset, depending on how you saw this fight. Zakir Badat versus Luke Young Gun Michael, the welterweight title. That fight, I'll just go straight to the end. It wasn't a very long fight, and this is how the fight ended by RNC by Badat. I think, let me come to you, Joel. When this matchup was made, yes, sir. When this matchup was made, when you saw Luke going down as a middleweight champ to get a double title, what did you think? And seeing the resultant here, how do you see all that?
Look, I think dare to be great. That's what the sport is about. Is you're chasing your dreams and you're trying to prove to everyone that you're the best. And to get the opportunity to try and obtain both the welterweight and middleweight titles simultaneously, there's only one other person that's done that at the EFC, and that's Dricus du Plessis. So that's a very, very big ask. Luke Michael, he's a solid wrestler. He's got a good wrestling base. Going up against Zakir coming from, the Jets background and coming off a phenomenal knockout of Jelson. When it got announced, I leaned towards Zakir. And the reason for that was the last Jets guy that Michael faced up against was JP Kruger, and he ended up tapping to the guillotine in round 2. So I expected it to go a similar way. Michael isn't the biggest middleweight. So yes, he's coming down a weight division, but he's not enormous for it. So yeah, that fight kind of went the way that I expected. I expected it to go on a little bit longer than it did, but the result isn't surprising to me.
Kelvin, let's talk Zakir. We heard him at the press conference saying it's not about the jits. He can still take Luke on his feet. Everyone was saying Luke probably should have stand and banged. From his perspective, with the ease of winning this fight, what more for him now to prove, to say, listen, right now, I don't think there's anyone that can beat me? Or is that how you think this fight impacts his next fight? Or how the EFC sees him?
I don't. So remember, Zakir doesn't just fight in EFC. I mean, I think his last 2 or 3 fights have been in the EFC, but he has also fought in the UAE. So I wouldn't be surprised if Zakir starts branching out and looking for different promotions, or even chasing a second belt at the EFC. Yeah, I mean, he just did beat Luke, being the middleweight title. What's to say Zakir doesn't say, hey, let me go to middleweight and grab the title from him there. He has fought in higher weight divisions before. I think everyone forgets that. So, yeah, Zakir is very dangerous. He's a little bit of a dark horse. Not many people talk about him, but he's very, very dangerous, and he's probably one of the best talents in South Africa at this current time.
I agree 100%. Now, being one of the best talents in what is starting to become an absolutely stacked welterweight division in the EFC, how do you rate the division right now, Patrick? And you're lightweight. The next division you would go for is welterweight. How do you see this division right now with Zakir as champion?
Well, in my own opinion, I don't really see any much threat in the division for me, really. If I'm to be honest, I like Zakir a lot, and he got a very good jiu-jitsu and stuff like that, But like I say, I'm like what Kelvin said. I'm not surprised about the outcome of the fight, and also just said the same thing as well, because if you remember before the last time I was here at the show, I said Luke Michael doesn't have cardio while he was fighting in middleweight. They'd imagine him cutting more weight just to go to welterweight. I like him going there. For me, in my opinion, is not very smart. So, but yeah, he did what he thought he could do. But anyways, he didn't get the result. And the champion there, I feel like I can take him. I don't want to lie. Doesn't matter if I have to pick up muscle or pick up weight or whatever. Now, I believe I can take him. But for right now, I must worry about my own division, which is we got a new boss in the division right now. And I'm looking forward to getting a news from the EFC telling me that might be up for the title. For his first defense, that would be really nice for me.